What is going on, guys? Very exciting day here once again as we have a brand new sub to review for all. Now this is a pretty new brand, so there aren't really that many videos on this, so I figured might as well get one and check it out. This is the Genesys sub by G2 Audio. They said this thing does really good, just smashing those lows. So super excited for this, guys. Something brand new. Stay tuned. Alright guys, thank you all so much for checking in and checking out this video. So of course this is going to be the G2 Audio Genesys sub, and this sub is really geared towards just kind of smashing those lows. Now, full disclosure here, G2 actually sent me this sub to try out, so just so y'all know, I did not buy this sub. That being said, definitely going to give my honest opinion on it, just because that is what I do here. Alright guys, first thing we're going to get into is the box. This actually comes in a really big box. Bigger than your normal box. You'll get for a 12-inch sub, which I guess is really good. It means there's more protection around the sub itself to keep it safe. Now, they sent me a little towel for one day when we're doing hair tricks and stuff. So that's super, super cool. Cannot wait till my system gets to where we can actually push this. You saw my last video, you know I installed a 12K amp. And soon we're going to be updating batteries and electrical to really get to push that out. So that'll be really awesome. Right over here we have the user manual. And we have a 1200 watts RMS rating. Of course, 3-inch copper coil. Now the owner said he specifically picked the copper coil and he used high quality copper coils just because they could withstand more heat for a longer period of time than going with aluminum coils. The magnet is a Y30, and the FS is 30 Hertz on the dual 4 and 28 Hertz on the dual 2. He said he really wanted to go with a low FS in this sub just for optimum quality and lows. The SPL is 85.3, 88.8 dB. We have the Nomex Spider style cast aluminum basket, and then the resonance port volume. We have 1.9 to 2.4 cubic feet. Now, I spoke with the owner, and he said also it should be tuned below 34 Hertz. Now, my box is tuned at 32 Hertz, so that'll be great. Now, my box is 2.7 cubic feet, so of course take that into consideration when you're watching the video. It is not quite the optimal box that he does recommend. Another thing to mention, this sub does have a 300-ounce motor on it. Doesn't mention that here, but that is what he did tell me. And then for the warranty, it does have a 1-year warranty. There, of course, is their social media info and their website, so definitely check them out. Now, this sub retails for about $3.99. He also sent me a shirt. Get loud, get louder, get loudest. So that is pretty cool. Definitely going to be wearing that in some of my future videos. Super hype on that. So now let's get to the sub. Now, my first gripe with this is that this has the style where you have the foam on the two sides. Makes it really difficult to pull this thing out of here because you pull on the foam and it wants to break. So, definitely not the easiest. I like it better when they have the foam on the bottom and on the top. So you can pull the top piece of foam off and then just pick the sub straight out of the box. But this might be safe, just being a little heavier sub. Kind of a pain to get this thing out. Alright guys, here is the sub. Now guys, this thing is massive. It is at least the biggest thing I have had since the Rockville Destroyer. Take a few seconds to kind of just look over this thing. As you would expect, stupid stiff. Overall, seems pretty nice. Just the overall build quality on this thing just looks and feels really awesome. There's no messy glue. Nothing doesn't look out of shape. Really looks like everything is just really kind of solid in there. The painting looks really nice. Gasket, I don't know. Every little detail on this thing just seems like there definitely was a good deal of effort put in to making this thing a good quality subwoofer. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Of course, start out with the top, like we always do. G2 Genesys. Very, very stiff dust cap. Really like it. Just kind of a plain, normal-sized dust cap here. Not going for anything crazy. Doesn't feel like this sub is really about looks, you know. This sub seems to be about performing. So, really what they went with. I do love the nice, simplistic look. We of course have our paper cone, and it has some sort of, I don't know, some sort of like resin or something over the top of it, just to help it be that much more stiff. And it is really pretty stiff. And when I push on it, you can get it to crease a teeny bit, so it's not the stiffest cone I have ever dealt with, but for this application, should be really just fine. And then we have this awesome ribbed surround. Now, I know a lot of people absolutely love this thing, something we're starting to see in a lot more subs here recently, but American Base, I know they have it on a bunch of their subs, and I've got it on my Elites, which I have in the vehicle at the moment, and I just really do love it. It gives it a really awesome look, and it gives it some more strength, which is awesome, especially when you're dealing with the lows. You're going to have a lot more excursion and whatnot, so, and a lot of times you'll see people blowing out their surrounds, so having this extra rib, I do believe, will make that a good deal stronger and just overall better. Moving on from there, we have this awesome basket. I do love he didn't go with the TI frame. Nothing wrong with that frame, but just kind of everybody uses it. Nice to see something different. Super, super high quality basket here. It's actually really thick up around here. I know some of the TI frames, they'll crack around here when you have too heavy of a motor on it, at least maybe some of the cheaper TI frames. And then down here we have the big 4-gauge terminals. Absolutely love seeing this, and I was talking with the owner, and he said he has no idea why all the other brands don't put the bigger terminal. It's literally like a few cents more to get the bigger terminal as opposed to the regular 8-gauge one. Just plenty of material on them, and this middle part here does seem to be solid most of the way through, just so you do get the best contact you can. And then, coming down from there, we have the dual flat woven tinsel leads. And let me tell you what, these tinsel leads are massive, big old beefy tinsel leads. Real nice, stiff spider. Last of all, of course, we will look at the bottom of this thing. I know the video's not going to show it, but absolutely huge motor. We, of course, have our center venting and our pole venting around the side. It has the cutout right on the bottom. Super handy if you don't have the box or something. And then, of course, 1200 watts RMS, dual, 4 ohms. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why this is 1200 watts RMS. This sub is really meant for those lows, and those lows are a lot more harsh on your sub mechanically. Conservative rating there. He is, not Rockville. He's not trying to use these giant crazy numbers to prove that he's something that he's not. Seems to be very realistic, so really do like seeing that. I'm going to guess it'll take plenty more than that, but we're going to put it to the full test, especially now that I have a bigger amp in there, so we can really push this thing. Let's get a little closer look up at it, just so y'all can see what we got going on. Really do love everything. Nice looking spider. You can see these awesome tinsel leads. And then these just big old beefy terminals. Love it. And of course the 3-inch copper, I believe it's a 4-layer voice coil in there. Just this big old motor. Like, this thing is not as wide, but it's close to being as wide as the basket itself. Just overall very, very well done. But of course, the looks don't really matter. What we care about is how it sounds in the car. So, time to pull out the old single 12-inch box and really test it out. Alright guys, so we got it in the box and then put in the car, and I've been letting it break in for the past few days, just so that way we can kind of see what it really sounds like once it gets broken in. So yeah, let's take a quick little look, and then we'll start testing it out for the video. Alright, so we got it in this box. I couldn't put it in the back just because there is not quite enough room with that box. And there's not a good way to move that since we got the amp and everything all hooked up to it, and that box is really, really heavy. Now, this Tar Amps has a fan on it, and it is quite loud, but that's alright. Anyway, so we got the sub sitting right here. I'm sure it might be better to be in the back, or there might be a better place or not, or whatever. Doesn't really matter, guys. Having it right there sounds pretty good and makes it a little easier for me to film. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is just kind of play a few different test tones, just so you can kind of see how it sounds and how it moves. We'll start at 50, and then just kind of go down from there. So this is 50. We're going to start out with 50 hertz. Alright, 45 hertz. 40 hertz. 35 hertz. 32 hertz. 30 hertz. Let's try 28 hertz. 26 hertz. 24 hertz. That gets it moving, guys. Turn the volume down just a little bit. 22 hertz. Let's try 20 hertz. See, that really maxes it out. Let's just look at that 20 hertz one more time. That is crazy, guys, but we are maxing it out. Let's try 18 hertz. 15 hertz. 12 hertz. And 10 hertz. Oh yeah, God, that is crazy. Now, I did say this thing was meant for the extreme lows, so let's just play 20 hertz here for a few seconds, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. So yeah, guys, as you can see by that, this thing has some really good excursion, and it really does really well getting all those lower frequencies. Not sure as to how low the mic will really pick it up, but down to about 20 hertz, it really does sound good. Let's play some music now and see how it does. Alright, guys, well, there it is. Got it out of the box just to kind of take a little look over it. Looking really good. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for watching. I did not do a SPL test just because there really was no point. Just having 112 and having the box not really in a great place. I really wouldn't have given really accurate numbers, so no point to do that. But as you saw on the AMM1, we definitely were pushing some crazy power to that thing. It does seem to handle power pretty good, but where this thing really shines is its quality. Just the quality of sound it makes is absolutely awesome. Now, I'm a little bit more of an SPL person myself at the moment, but it was really refreshing to get something that played those lows and just really all ranges really pretty well. It just sounded really good. Just driving back and forth to work, listening to kind of regular music. The quality as compared to the 2 American basses I have in there, it really was just really, really awesome. So, yeah, super huge shout out to Paul over at G2 Audio for hooking me up with this sub to review for y'all. I will say, I do stick normally to more budget style stuff, whereas this, again, is about a $400 sub. So something I'm not super used to doing. So y'all let me know in the comments what you think. Is quality worth paying the extra price? I know for some of y'all it definitely will be, but some of y'all just want some budget bass. Anyway, guys, super awesome sub. I really enjoyed testing it out. And thank you all so much for watching. Next video should be another update on the Sequoia. Got to add the next battery and then do a real test so you can kind of see how crazy that thing gets. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much.